Hello and welcome to our next edition of Lean, Learn and Grow. I'm Helen Clayton, the Managing Partner here at PM&M, and with me today, I am very pleased to say, is Leon Crosby, the Chief Exec from Blackburn and Darwen Youth Zone. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.
That's all right. So my first question is, did you always know you wanted to be the Chief Exec of the Youth Zone?
Ooh. Yes and no.
Okay.
I've been a part of the on-side network, which is the Youth Zone, since the tender age of 11.
Wow.
So I've felt the true benefit of a Youth Zone. Did I think I could be the Chief Exec in previous years? No. Probably did I want it? Yeah. I like the idea of leading. But yeah. Over the last few years, you get used to the idea of becoming it.
Yeah. So what was that transition like for you? You spent a number of years as Director of Operations, and then you're the big cheese.
Yep.
What's that transition, or how was that transition for you, and what did you learn about yourself through that?
Ultimately, Hannah, the departing CEO, great leader, and give a lot of autonomy. So even though by title I wasn't the chief exec, between myself and the FD, the other director, and Hannah, we led the organisation. So that transition was somewhat authentic.
Yeah. I
was exposed to a lot, I gained a lot. So yeah, it was always in plan. There was conversations. There's no doubt there was a period where, and I won't mind me saying this, where it was time for both of us. We become somewhat stale in our positions, and that was the only. I wouldn't say it was a hurdle. It was just a transition change. You take what you want from that. But when I got in the role, it seems just to have continued.
Yeah.
I actually feel, oddly, that the responsibility isn't less, but the weight feels different, and actually reflect on my younger ages of being a duty manager when you're responsible for 150 young people. There's actually more responsibility, or the pressure, the weight of responsibility is more significant there, which is odd. It's been a learning.
No, I can appreciate that, and I guess, without putting words into your mouth, is that because you're in the moment with those children at that point in time?
Absolutely.
And literally, if anything goes wrong, it is on you to sort in that moment in time.
Sure.
Whereas you don't bear that responsibility in your current role.
No. It's when you're in operations, you are making decisions all the time because you have to, and some of those decisions are really important for yourself, the young people, and the team that you're supporting. So I think it was that you're always on the go, and it's demanding, it's unsociable, and essentially what you do can change a life, but also it can impact a life. So I think there is that level of responsibility. Headspace is also important. You know, when you become a CEO, I mean, all I get now is emails from salespeople.
Yeah.
And I'm like, can you sign this off? Can you
Yeah.
authorise this payment?
Yeah.
So naturally you have more headspace. So I think it was a mixture between you not making decisions on the go, and the weight of responsibility isn't as severe when actually you're supporting a young person that potentially is in crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what motivated you to come into a career that you've been really successful with? A career where you are constantly giving back. What motivated you to take that route?
Youth work principally. I'm a byproduct of youth work. I understand the real purpose of it. I like the idea of impact.
Yeah.
Less about the superficial and materialistic things. And this idea of being at the heart of the community to change not only the young person's life, but the community and how it operates, I think is fundamentally attaches to my values. Youth work and how society operates in terms of what it provides to young people over the last 20 years, it's been ripped apart. You know, youth centres have closed. 74% of youth centres have closed down since the early 2000s. The government's budget went from 1.5 billion in 2004 to now 150 million.
Right.
So you kind of there, and you see actually that you have a greater purpose in terms of trying to address some of those systemic failings, but also you understand that actually these things work.
Yeah.
So when you believe in the purpose, and I'm purpose driven, you enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? It's a vocation. One of the benefits of the Youth Zone, different to most charities, not all, but most, we're very agile. And I think because we're led by businessmen and women, we can be somewhat entrepreneurial, and we govern ourselves. So we were talking about before, you know, we're led by young people, and that, in terms of my preference, I'm an active learner. I like to move and shake things. That meets my preferences in terms of how I like to move things.
So in terms of, it's quite evident that your passion shines through. How does that inform, I guess, decision making back in the CEO role?
Yeah.
Because how do you kind of switch from that innate passion for the young people versus actually I've got an organisation to keep afloat and moving and agile and relevant?
Sure. Sometimes it's not having that level of passion. Sometimes you can be too principled.
Okay.
And at times there has been, particularly when I don't feel that someone or something is supporting young people the way they should. We're not prioritising young people, whether it's internal or external. My principled nature will come out, which is very argumentative. The emotional side comes out. Removing all that, you have to have a level of self-control.
Yeah.
Realise that your role changes and you can't be too connected to the floor. So you need headspace. Try to have an objective view. Remove some of the emotion. Naturally, I mean, I'll go into personality profiles probably later. I'm an ENTJ, so naturally my F is low, which does help in terms of the objective side of the organisation. I think besides that, building a capable team that I trust and they trust me to lead. So, those day-to-day decisions, I have some comfort knowing that capable people are making those decisions.
Yeah. Trust is huge, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, as a leader, you need to be surrounded by people that you trust implicitly. Have you ever come across that position where you're doubting that?
I think trust is based on vulnerability, my view. 5 dysfunctional team. The foundation is actually, in order for us to trust each other, we need to accept each other's efficiencies and inefficiencies.
Yeah.
And I think when you have that open space where you can say, I'm not good at this, and that's absolutely fine, but you are.
Yeah.
I think you can build trust there. Then I think trust is a journey. Trust really is. If you can start on that basis of having clarity of the roles, how we're different, the strengths and limitations with each other, I think then it's progressive. I think when trust is in question, nip it in the bud straight away.
Yeah.
Try and have an open conversation where possible, keep it rooted to the purpose,
Yeah.
how we're doing the best things for young people. And normally when you have those open conversations, you can reset that trust.
Yeah.
You can have that openness and be vulnerable to each other and challenge each other. So, yeah, trust is a long game.
It is the long game. But some people are happy to trust until trust is broken, and some people need to start with nothing and build. Who are you?
Oh, I would like to think I start from a position of trust, but no doubt there'll be certain milestones where I might probe, challenge, or sense and observe to really reaffirm my own views. And know that people do that. People do that to me. They're probably scanning X, Y, and Z. I guess first one would be give trust and then strength test that trust as you go.
Yeah.
I think otherwise you're starting at a deficit position. You need to make people feel that you trust them to do the best thing for young people.
Yeah, I think when you're able to demonstrate that you are trusting of somebody until they break that trust for whatever reason, which might not be in their control sometimes, or even intentional. It empowers people, doesn't it? That's what I find. And I think then the overall impact for the organisation is far greater.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
So, I've heard you speak quite a few times, and your presentation skills blow my mind.
Really?
Please tell me that before a presentation you are stood for hours in front of a mirror practicing.
Yes and no.
Oh God. Go
yes
on.
and no. If I look at me growing up, I wasn't academic. I wasn't. So I realised I was an active learner. I'm never going to be I went to university. I did get a first, but that was just because it was a vocational course. It wasn't anything serious. And I realised actually I needed to advance that skill. Yeah. Because I like the idea. I'm a natural leader. I like the idea of doing that. So you have some transferable skills. I like the idea. It does give me discomfort. Not everyone. Most people get a level of anxiety. Yeah. But I like the idea of challenging myself and getting comfortable at being uncomfortable. I do practice.
Good.
The reason why I practice because proud patron PM and M, and I feel what we do because I see it every
Yeah.
single day. I see the organisation, see the transformational change that we have with young people and tangible outcomes that we achieve. But you won't see that. So if you come to an event, if I've got 5 minutes to talk to an audience, I basically need to explain the need that we need to do something and how we meet that need and their role. So I see that as an opportunity. The only way I can do that is converting or to staying in support is through my speech.
Yeah.
So you have to. I hate the idea of reading out and those type of things.
Yeah.
And the best way, because this is an emotive thing, it's charity, it's a noble thing. I have to do that through words, but also through passion.
Yes.
So people feel that actually exactly what we stand for through the way that I speech. But I don't necessarily enjoy it. It's just a means to an end at some point. So there's some enjoyment there, but yeah.
So you've just talked about people feeling that from you, yet you said your personality profile isn't feeling.
Yeah.
So how does that work out for you?
Naturally, I get this from my mum. Mum's a lawyer.
Okay.
So I think I get the high T, the objective side from her. I think youth work has helped. Youth work is fundamentally principled on emotional intelligence. You have to understand and empathise with young people.
Yes.
And then help them move forward. So I've developed that skill, even though it's not natural. And I guess in terms of making people feel what I feel through speech, even though that isn't natural, it's still an objective outcome. I'm still trying to get to the outcome where patrons, whoever it is, feel empowered by what we do, which keeps them in the camp.
Yeah.
So it's that, it sounds bad saying a means to an end, but it is. I'm trying to make people feel a part of what we do.
Yeah. There's an end goal, isn't there? There's an objective in anything that we all do.
Yep.
So I don't think it sounds bad, because when you stand up there, you're standing up there for a purpose.
Absolutely.
So when you sit down or you move away from the conversation you're having, you need to have left something behind. So it is a means to an end.
Of course it is, yeah.
And
and I think patrons appreciate that.
Yes.
They really do.
Yeah.
They don't want someone to stand up that doesn't, they're not feeling the organisation through them. So I guess I have some advantage because I come from a young person and progressed up. So I've also got lived experience I know what I'm talking about within regard of the youth zone. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I admire it. I really do.
Thanks.
Who are you inspired by?
I'm quite pragmatic. I saw some of the questions before, and I like the idea of taking what I can from people that I see, whether that's right or wrong. My mum and my dad, I take the good and the bad, but both of them are incredible people in their own right. My mum, hardworking, a solicitor, so has that mentality of objective. My dad is a people's person. I think I get that side of my dad, so I can take some inspiration from there. And you can take it from anywhere. Take it from young people if you want. You can get anything from anyone. I said sometimes it is the things not to do and the things to do.
So Leon, outside of Youth Zone, what floats your boat? What do you go and do? How do you go and create that space to have headspace back at work?
Outside of work, I mean, my partner, fiance, 2 beautiful children, Deja and Willow, she can't understand how I do what I do in work. At home, I like to do nothing. I like to let someone else take control, let someone else lead, just be with the kids, revert back to youth work, if I'm honest, or a child. And have no responsibility, which sometimes is frustrating from a partner because I operate completely different work. But I think it gives that balance. I love going to the gym. I like watching football. I like listening to podcasts. I can sense I'm getting older. I like politics and stocks and shares and world affairs. And I do like things that stimulate the brain as well. But sometimes I'm not too sure if that's just an escape, just for me to stop thinking while someone else is just talking, and indirect, subconsciously you're taking information as you go. But
do you truly listen?
Oh, what a good question. I think I'm on a journey for that. I do try to listen. I definitely think I could do more listening. If Hannah watches this, she'll definitely say that I always speak, which is something I need. My partner will say I don't listen, that's for sure. Yeah, good question that.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one. I think I find my mind wanders and I've not been listening, even though my full intention was to listen, but I've gone off on a tangent because my head just...
Do you ever think sometimes that, obviously, you are a leader, do you ever feel sometimes that it's difficult to always be present?
Yeah.
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 Your mind does wander.
It does wander. Well, it's racing, isn't it? And some other idea floats into your head and you've gone. Yeah, no, I completely get that. So I've got a question from my previous guest, if that's all right.
Absolutely.
What would you advise Burnley to do to create a successful youth zone?
Every youth zone is based on, is there a need? There clearly will be a need in Burnley. And then it's a few good men and women and others leading it. So I guess, does the community want it and need it? Yes.
Yeah.
And if they do, bring a few good people to do the noble thing of getting it going. Every youth zone is a movement, and it all starts from the idea, and then people just blood, sweat and tears taking it forward. So I would definitely encourage Burnley to do that. And onside, the parent charity is wanting to make that happen in Burnley, so I don't think that's any secret. It has been in the newspapers. I think if you can do that, you'll get there in the end.
Yeah, but blood, sweat and tears is often what it takes, isn't it?
Absolutely, particularly in this sector, which is just, I guess that's the joy of it. You know what I mean? It's hard, but actually the reward is
huge.
It's huge, massive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, given I asked you that question, could you possibly write one down for our next guest, please?
If you can read my handwriting,
Thank you.
I'll
give it a go.
Okay.
Happy?
Do you want me to read it out for you?
Nice, okay.
Oh, right, do we not say it? Okay.
No, I'm going to save it. Bit of suspense for the next time. Okay. Final question.
Yep.
What's next for Leon?
I don't know, and I don't mind that. I've always been working for the last 5-8 years towards the CEO role, and I appreciate now having the time just to think and reassess. I like the idea of policy in terms of designing policy for young people and trying to take what I've learned on a local level, national, to try and equal more impact and change, which is difficult because within the system, you've got to influence a lot and there's a lot of challenge and limitations, but I do like the idea of having that national profile.
Yeah, one hell of an ambition.
Yeah.
Leon, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to hear.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.